Hi, hello, welcome. I'm Delilah Wan, and I'm one of the SPF BO9 semi-finalists from Before We Go blog. And today I have with me 4 other wonderful authors from the same blog team who are ready to rumble in a D&D cage match. So without further ado, I'm going to throw over to Palmer to introduce herself, and we shall go around the table, so to speak, and then get things on the way.
Hey everybody, I am Palmer Pickering, and my book Heliotrope was in this FIFO9 semifinals along with all these wonderful people. And yeah, looking forward to this match.
Go on, Clayton. You next.
I am Clayton Snyder. I'm the author of Cold West, a couple other books. Cold West is a semi-finalist and the finalist is here in SPF BO9. And I am just fortunate to be grouped in this motley crew of very intelligent and frightening individuals. And that is pretty much all I have to say.
All right, Daniel, you're next, I think.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy us making fools of ourselves. I'm Daniel Meyer. I'm the author of Credible Threats, which was the first book of the Sam Adams series. It was a semi-finalist this year for Before We Go blog. I started to say I was working on the sequel, but I forgot. The sequel is basically done. That's called Rising Shadows. That'll have a release date soon. I'm actually writing book 3, Mysterious Ways, right now. And I wore my Mockingjay pin today to get into the proper spirit of the event here. So hopefully that'll bring me some good luck.
Go on, Steve.
So I'm Stephen William Hanna. I'm the author of The First Rule. I was on the Before We Go blog as well, but my purpose here is less to do with my book and more because of my extensive Dungeons and Dragons experience due to our numerous technical difficulties today. Rather than having a map that we can see everything on, the entire game is going to be taking place in my head. So thank you for coming and joining us all. I hope we do it justice.
The one thing that another fellow author suggested with us for this particular match was that we would not play as our own protagonist because that would be way too easy. We are going to spin the wheel and let's see who plays who.
I think we go in order of the way that everyone's arranged at the bottom of my screen here. So start off with Palmer. If Palmer lands on her character Telio, is it Telio or am I saying that wrong, by the way?
Yeah, Telio.
Telio. If she lands on Telio, we spin again, I guess.
All right, let's go. Okay, Palmer is playing Sam. This is going to be interesting. Guys, when I saw Sam's profile, I was like fully intimidated because I was like, is there anything this guy cannot do with magic? Daniel, would you like to read a little excerpt so that everybody can know, get to know Sam a little bit and what he can do?
Okay, excerpt from Credible Threats. Standing in dingy fluorescent light back against the wall was a man, college age maybe, stocky with a buzz cut. Empty blue eyes pierced mine like a spear. Even from the other side of the room, I could see those strange colors in his irises. He extended himself to his full height, head raised, arms down. His muscles were strained, but I knew he didn't notice the pain. He made a few soft grunting sounds as he did, body spasming now and then his face broke into a ridiculous skull-splitting smile. On the other side of the room, lying half under the sinks, the man lay sprawled on the floor, blood pooling around him. The mirrors above his head were shattered. A young woman was next to him, shaking his arm futilely. Without taking her eyes off him, she screamed again for help, this time ear-splitting in the confines of the restroom. I could see the raw fear in her eyes that came from her screams going unanswered. I wasn't convinced she'd be relieved when she saw what form help had taken. I closed the distance, pushed past her to crouch over the wounded guy. He took Hex, she sobbed miserably, gesturing at the guy against the stalls, who started cackling madly. I know. Things just started flying around. Great, a fellow levitator. As I studied the guy on the floor, I realized what had happened. A jagged piece of mirror glass was lodged in his stomach at a strange angle, dirty gray glass mingling with the blood spreading all over the tiles. She shouted something else, but I blocked it out, though I did note that a couple of fearful-looking people had stuck their heads in the door to see what was going on. Terrific. Then I did something you're very much not supposed to do. I grabbed the glass and yanked. He didn't scream, just stirred. I tossed the bloody slice away, then hovered my hand over the wound. Power flowed from my fingertips. I could imagine the looks I was getting from anyone who happened on the scene. Secrecy is supposed to be standard operating procedures for wizards, but events, yet again, had gotten away from me. Eyes closed, concentrating, power rippling and twisting through my body, I sensed the wounds in his gut beginning to change, mend. Hey, I'm a wizard, not a doctor. Satisfied, I released the magic. The guy groaned and stirred, which I took for a good sign. Then there was a scream of rending metal, and I looked up to see the wall of a stall being torn loose from the floor and come flying at us. I barely got my shields up before the metal slammed against them, light flaring, the metal bouncing away with a thunk. I sent a wave of magic that picked it up and tossed it back into the shadows of the restroom, bouncing off the tops of the other stalls, before crashing and clanging to the floor. The girl screamed again. There was another crunch, then the paper towel dispenser was ripped from the walls. I batted it away with a wave of force, sending it crashing into what was left of the mirrors. Wizards and shell gossip were one thing, but I flat out refused to be murdered by a paper towel dispenser. I glared toward the guy on the floor, ready to take the fight to him, clenching my fist, but before I could make a move, he bounded to his feet and dashed out the door, into the crowd. I jumped up, tried to wipe the blood off my hands, but succeeded only in getting it on my pants and bounded after him. In the least surprising event of the evening, all hell broke loose. There were screams as people stampeded, practically climbing over one another's shoulders, colliding as they ran in opposite directions. I knew there was a risk of throwing magic around here, but there was more risk in doing nothing. I doubted these people would notice anyway. I braced my legs as best I could as a sharp, cold wind jutted through the building, billowing out several feet around me. Ravers went flying, staggering down into heaps that kept thrashing and yelping. It took only a few heartbeats to realize what had got into them. A metallic scream boomed out across the room, loud over the din, drawing my attention upwards. Bits of metal and plaster showered down from the ceiling as a massive metal strut gave a groaning heave, then tore free, plummeting towards the crowds. I knew instantly what was happening. The guy I'd seen OD was loose in here somewhere, and this was the result. The metal careened downward, filling my vision. I reacted, shouting and throwing up a hand. The thing froze in mid-fall, creaking, laws of gravity be damned. It thrashed in the air as if it wanted to fall and crush someone and was waiting for the first chance to squirm free. I could tell my group was tenuous, and I wasn't planning on giving it that chance. I looked around frantically for somewhere safe to plunk it. Nowhere qualified, unless I stopped fighting the magic, tugging on the metal, and leaned into it, sending a wave of my own that propelled the thing sideways and upward, forcing still more magic into it, increasing its speed even further. It didn't take long. The metal slammed into the ceiling, smashing through the surface with a roar that made its previous noises sound like one of those machines that plays ocean waves to help people sleep. More debris rained down, and I saw some of it land amongst those still fleeing, but that was better than a gigantic hunk of heavy metal in the most literal sense. It tore a massive chunk through the ceiling, then punched out towards the night sky, coming to a grinding halt on the rooftop, the last few feet still hanging over the hole I had left. And I think that was plenty long. I had more on there, but it was getting hard on the old throat. I didn't realize it was quite that long. So that's a little sample of some of the things he can do with magic, I think.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Daniel. Steve, do you want to give us a little overview of how that's all going to translate into the arena?
I would absolutely love to. So in D&D terms, Sam is the closest thing we've got to just a genuine wizard. Like all wizards, Sam has got relatively low natural defenses. He's not particularly strong compared to the warriors and stuff, but he has actual spells. It is like one of the only ones that does. So he's got shield spells, he can make armor for himself, he can conjure things, he can levitate, he can use telekinesis at a distance, he can create mist, he can throw fire, he can create fear in people, he can banish summon things, which might turn out to be more useful than you'd expect because I know at least one of the other characters can draw evil things from somewhere else. He can also heal himself, which is probably one of the best things that you can do in a game like this. However, Sam has a limited pool of energy, and once he uses that up, he has to either start taking time out to recharge it, or I think he can recharge it when someone dies as well because it's from the spirit world, which might not be entirely book lore accurate, but I thought it was neat. If he runs out of magic, he's otherwise running about with a knife, literally in a gunfight in this case.
Oh god, I'm so scared of
it. So that's okay.
I think Palmer's got a big advantage now. Although I don't know, like with that big a list of spells, I guess it might be a bit tricky to figure out what to use when. All right.
Maybe I can beat the magical cowboy.
All right. The next one I'm going to roll for, I guess, is going to be Clayton's. Oh, interesting. Clayton is going to be playing Raheelu. Oh, this is going to be fascinating. So, Raheelu, I feel like, is going to be the most vulnerable of these characters, like physically in the arena. She cannot shield with magic. Resonance skills have no effect on the physical world, and she's not armored, and she only has a spear. So this is going to be interesting. I will start off with a quick excerpt from Chapter 8 of Petition, and the context for this excerpt is she's in the middle of a citywide scavenger hunt for tokens in a job hunt tournament. So basically, if she gets through this next round, it's like a giant group interview where you've just got people running all over the city and try to retrieve things with their magic. She will make it through to like a personal one-on-one interview with somebody very high up in the houses to see if they'd like to hire her as a mate. Seething with frustration, Raheelu pulled her net out from underneath her shift and plunked herself down in the middle of the patch of turf she had just destroyed. She sat on her hands so she could not yank on the long trailing strands that hid her from view, and closed her eyes, imagining the resonance of her beating heart as waves that swept through her body and flowed out into the world with each exhalation. As she drew in the next breath, she also drew on the ambient resonance all around her, pulling in the wash of resonance patterns emanating from the city's inhabitants with her resonance sense. Blackforge, North Point, Eastford, most of Temple, and the Low Ducks were outside her unamplified range, but if she stretched, she could reach all of Sunset and half of the adjacent districts with the barest of seekings. City block by city block, she sifted through tens of resonance auras at a time, looking for those that vibrated in sympathy with a mix of urgent purpose, ambition, and resolve in her own aura. One was just a few strides away. Raheelu's eyes snapped open. She lifted a half-numbed hand to peer through the silver-green leaf curtain and froze. A figure garbed in white and black crouched at the edge of the pond. The other applicant had rolled both shirt sleeves up, hands poised over the surface as though she were about to strangle her own reflection. But her head was turned towards the willow tree, as if she had sensed Raheelu's seeking. Isom. Isom was here. Raheelu didn't breathe, didn't blink, didn't so much as think until the other applicant broke off her search in favor of focusing on the water. Thank gods for Darius's brooch. Raheelu waited until the Isom girl had removed her crossbow from her belt to place it on the grass beside her and plunged both arms into the water. Noisy splashes covered the rustle of willow fronds as Raheelu edged forward into the open, carefully gathered the edges of her net together, and readied herself to throw. The net's stone weights clacked softly despite Raheelu's best efforts, but Isom was far too preoccupied to notice. She swept her hands through the water after an enormous carp, like a beggar digging through a tavern's refuse in search of a meal. Quick as any redfin, the carp darted away through the wind-rippled pond, a brilliant, marbled, silver-black, orange-edged flare, whipping its fellows into a frenzy. "You stupid fish!" Isom strode into the pond, trampling water lilies and lotuses. "Come back here." The carp obliged. It twisted abruptly and leapt out of the water straight at Isom's face, and Raheelu could suddenly sense two more overlapping resonance signatures. One was the carp's, a blurry little cloud filled with sharp orange and green notes of pain and distress. It lobbed tiny, barely formed projections in every direction as it arrowed through the air, bent on revenge against the horribly loud, giant monster invading its home. The other came from the small silver disc stuck in the carp's mouth. Isom gave a little squeal and jerked back as she screwed up her eyes. To her credit, she didn't waver from her mission. She brought both hands up to catch the fish by its midsection. Bad idea. The carp slipped straight through the Isom girl's hands with a furious wiggle and gave her a parting smack in the nose with its tail for good measure. As Isom cried out, the carp's resonance aura flared gold to match the sunlight on its scales, and it dove back into the water with a satisfied splash. The Isom girl sighed and shook her head as she regarded her slimy hands. Bested by fish. It was so gratifying to see an uppity houseboy make the same kind of mistake Raheelu had known to avoid since she was a 4-year-old child. She couldn't help herself. She snickered. Shit. Raheelu burst into motion, holding her net to one side as she ran. The Isom girl spun, saw Raheelu, and immediately sprinted for her loaded crossbow. Shit! Isom scrambled out of the pond and snatched up her crossbow. They were 7 strides apart, a fair, if less than ideal range for a net. deadly for a crossbow. Rahili had no choice. She threw her net. It spread out as it flew, circled 4 strides across. Then she threw herself to the right as Isom pulled the trigger. Click. A heartbeat later, a crossbow bolt slammed into the ground. It exploded one of the clods she'd kicked up earlier, sending grass and dirt flying, and then clack, 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 clack. Her net wrapped itself around the other girl, and Isom toppled over on the grass. Hey, Fisher girl. Isom's voice was cheerful, as if she hadn't just tried to kill Rahili. Nice throw. What in the 8 hells was that? Rahili got up and stomped past the other applicant, and was proud of herself for only thinking about kicking Isom in the ribs. What part of obey the laws of the city and uphold the code of the guild was unclear to you? Nothing. The Isom girl wiggled in a part shrug, part attempt to free herself. I was aiming for your shoulder. Who brings a crossbow to a non-lethal contest? Someone who's interested in winning. Isom flopped around on the ground again. I'm lousy with melee weapons. So, how about you let me out? No. Rahili circled the pond with slow, measured strides, following a silver-black ripple in the water. I'll give you my word that I won't shoot at you again today, Isom said. That's a poor trade, Rahili said. You won't get a chance to shoot me if I just leave you in there. Whoever taught you to bargain did a terrible job. All right, and I might stop there because I think that probably gives you enough of an idea of Rahili and what she can do. So, Steve, how is this going to translate into the arena?
So Rahilou is, I think, closest to a monk in D&D terms, which means that she's unarmored, she's quite fast, but most of her abilities and powers would be much cooler in like a campaign, like a story, where she can see the future, she can augur things, she's got the empathy. But in terms of D&D abilities, as someone in the chat pointed out, Jim Folk pointed out, seeing the future might let you dodge attacks and stuff. So I've basically given her a bunch of things to do with re-rolling your dice or rolling again if you don't like the result, but it's very limited because Rahilou has the resonance crystal that lets her do everything. As per Delilah's explanation, if Rahilou runs that down and keeps trying to push it and keeps trying to use it after that, there is a non-zero chance that she will cause an absolutely massive detonation and the crystal will explode and take out everybody else. So that's one potential way that this might end today. But we'll see how that goes.
Oh, God. I think we might be screwed. Clayton has like 30 years of D&D experience, so if there's anybody who can exploit this well, it's going to be Clayton.
Why would you think that?
I think we are rolling for me next, and oh God, please get Will. Please get Will. Actually, no, who's up for grabs? We've got Talia and Will. Actually, both of these guys are amazing. So either I get the tank or the guy with gun. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, let's go. Let's see. Yes!
It's
Yes!
great.
Oh, this is the best! I have a gun that is magicking, and this is fantastic. Oh my God, Clayton, please read your up. I'm so excited.
Okay, so where'd you get those tattoos? Anne asked once again when we were back on the trail. I sighed. Not gonna let this go, are you? Like a dog with a bone. I opened my mouth for a reply. Not your shriveled bone. Closed it. She was getting some of her old spunk back. That was good. Person with no fire got no reason to fight. I let her have her dig. I was feeling pretty good anyway. My ribs had let up a little. Tender to the touch, but I'd managed not to knock them around too much. Maybe it was a whiskey, but I wasn't arguing. I decided to give a little. I'm a null, I said. I thought they was all dead. Church tried. Callers don't like us. We rode a bit further, passing through an arroyo whose floor was already a fast-running stream. The rain hadn't let up yet, and the desert was beginning to bloom. Green shoots the color of emeralds, pink flowers, lizards the size of my pinky darting about. What's a null, anyway? Anne asked. We're dead spaces in the Empyrean. We can make things... I waved a hand. It was harder to explain than do. We can stop magic. Callers tap the Empyrean. We reach through it because it avoids us. Sometimes we make a tunnel and take the center out of things. Yeah? Like kill it? I shrugged. Sure. Why didn't you do it back at the creek when there was beating shit out of us then? I haven't used it much in years, and every time you open a gate, something pushes back. It wants out. Small things, rocks, cans, some animals. Don't have much of a center, so you don't need a big gate to reach through. Men are big, horses too. The bigger the tunnel, the more likely whatever's on the other side is going to get free. To take out those men, I would have likely let something loose that would have killed the whole town. You ever open a big gate? Yeah, once. What happened? Everybody died. You don't sound like something somebody'd want to truck with then. Yeah, church feels the same way. Trail moved uphill, and we rode out into a flat plain of hardpan. Birds moved in the distance, great lizards the ranchers raised for food. The buttes gave way to mesas painted in varieties of reds, oranges, and yellows. Succulent sagebrush and cottonwood thrived. The small ranch sat nearby, farmwoods, corrals, and tool sheds all surrounded by a fence. The rain slackened, and I cursed. What? Ann asked. I was hoping for a good rain to hide us. On a good day, you could see to the sea from here. Didn't want nobody to see us coming. As if I called him into being, a rider appeared from the north, moving at a good clip. I had loosened my pistol in its holster and saw Ann do the same from the corner of my eye. The rider veered our way until he was close enough to make out details. Long coat, three-piece suit, white hair flying from beneath his head as he kicked the horse to a gallop. He drew closer and I let my palm rest on the butt of my pistol. Ben grimaced and tipped his hat up a little and then spurred the horse away toward a piece of hardpan where mirage lines rode ways. Ah, shit, I said. What? Ann asked. He's headed for a dead land. Why? It might be stupid. Might be he's planning on drawing it out towards the ranch, which would be stupid as well. Ann grunted and got balls on him. I nodded. Yeah, that's about it, I reckon. Deadlands were where magic and null clashed, and the souls of the men killed remained trapped between here and the Empyrean. Even as we watched, they rose, screaming, clutching remembered wounds. They grasped at Ben's horse, but he was moving too fast, and instead they gave chase. It was said the dead are ravenous, and in this case I believed it. Could we help? Ann asked. No, I said, come on. I spurred Drafter in the other direction, coming at the Hendrick Ranch from the south. I hoped they'd be too busy with Ben, but trouble had stirred up to notice us. We hadn't quite circled around to the back of the ranch, and I saw Ben's horse stumble, its foreleg caught in a prairie dog hole. The horse screamed as the leg snapped, sending Ben flying. The ghost caught up, tearing the poor animal to shreds as it bleated in terror. Men scrambled from the ranch, grabbing their would-be hunter from the desert floor and dragging him inside the fence line. Ah, fuck, I cursed.
Nice. I'm so excited about this. Steve, how am I going to get to kill everybody in the arena with this? Because this is very exciting.
So to sum up, Will is an anti-magic cowboy, basically. So I gave him something in between a rogue and a fighter class from D&D. He's not particularly fast or strong compared to anyone else, but you would not believe the advantage that you have when you've got a gun in a fantasy melee fight. So he'll be doing loads of damage. He's also the null field that Will has can shut down magic. So there's obviously a range limitation to that, but there's no use limit to it. He can do that as often as he wants. However,
oh yes,
the really dangerous thing I think about Will is the potential to maybe summon things from like the beyond. What remind me what it's called, Clayton? It's like the Empyrean or something, right?
Yep.
That's the one. Clayton's also, because he's written a guy who shoots people. I've given Will like the D&D being good at shooting abilities. So even if you're like partly behind cover, Will can still hit you with his gun. The only way to avoid that would be to be behind total cover. However, if you can get up close to him, he's not particularly great. If you've got like a sword or something, his gun's not going to be much use. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see
what cover in the arena. So this means Daniel is playing Talio. Is it Talio, Palmer?
Telio.
Talio.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
Let's hear an excerpt from Heliotrope.
Okie doke. Basilios charged Telio, his long bullwhip lashing out. Telio met it with a flag, and the whip wrapped around the long wooden pole, tangling in the white linen. Telio jerked the whip out of Basilios' hand and tossed the flag aside. The next moment, a sword was in the general's hand, and he bore down on Telio, hanging sideways from his saddle and slashing at the Palomino's leg. Telio jerked the Palomino aside, and Basilios' blade swished through empty air. The general's warhorse pivoted and reared, neighing loudly, front hooves waving in the air. Telio backed the Palomino away, unwilling to let the horses fight. He sneered at the general. Attacking Telio was fair game, but no one attacked his horse and lived to tell about it. What kind of crap sword is that? Telio asked. Some sort of family heirloom? Basilios scowled at Telio and waved his bronze blade threateningly. Nobody carries bronze anymore, Telio scoffed. You don't fight much, do you? You just sit up there yelling orders and whipping other people's horses. Your men must hate you. The general charged again, but this time Telio was ready and vaulted from the mare, His mage's blades crossed above his head, glowing white. He sprang off the ground and met the general's blade with heart fire and black lightning, slashing the blades crosswise above his head with bursts of light, shattering Vasilios's bronze blade and sending chunks of metal hurtling through the air. The general shuddered for a moment, but recovered quickly, unsheathed an iron sword, and jabbed the long, heavy blade at Telio. Telio dodged and crouched. He took a breath and then spun with heartfire in the lead, severing Vasilios's sword hand with a blinding flash of the mage's blade. The hand and the iron sword fell in slow motion, turning end over end, blood spurting from the stub as Vasilios wailed. Telio dragged the general from the saddle and tossed him to the ground, planted a boot on his chest, and with one hack of black lightning beheaded the shrieking man. His scream cut off abruptly, and silence emanated in waves over the gathering crowd. Vasilios's black warhorse snorted and reared, then lunged into the crowd, scattering everyone in its path. Telio staggered in a circle, hot with battle rage, his chest heaving with each breath. He was the master. He was the warrior who had freed the empire. No one could stand in his way.
Oh, this guy's a tank. I'm so scared.
So Telio is the closest thing to just a straight up fighter in the lineup. Also the only person who remembered to bring armor of any kind. I guess canonically being equipped in armor is more Telio's kind of thing. So his whole thing is his physicality. He's a really good fighter. If he gets up close, it's going to be very difficult to kind of stay away from. He hits like a truck. He also has, I don't know, Palmer, did he lose a hand in that scene there? Because
his enemy lost a hand.
oh, thank goodness, because I was going to say I've got him with two swords down here because that's how he is on the cover.
Yeah, no, he chopped off the other guy's hand.
Good. Okay, so we might see some more of that. So having two swords is actually a massive advantage in Dungeons and Dragons when you're fighting other players. So very strong, very, very good in a fight. Also has some amulets that let him do strange things. Some of them probably won't come up. Being able to charm someone might not come up if they're shooting at you with a gun. Magic circle transport, but Telio can walk through stone using one of these amulets, which might come in extraordinarily useful.
We are not even going to see him coming, are we? He's just going to pop out from behind some cover and chop off like our heads.
We might not even see him. It might just stay inside the stone for the whole fight and then come out when it's
God.
done.
And tied in the stone.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing who comes out on top from these.
Let's rock and roll.
So Delilah, see at the bottom of that sheet where it says sheet 1, sheet 2. See if you go to sheet 2, you should be able to see the for as fancy and beautiful as that is, I know it's a work of art, but that's about as close to a battle map as we're going to get today. So
oh god, this is the best. I can see the gelatinous cubes over on the side already.
oh yeah, yeah, that's going to come in later. Don't worry about that. If we want to just get started and go right into it, I'll give you a very, very, very brief explanation of how combat in Dungeons and Dragons works. And keeping in mind this is a much more simplified version because we've got people here who haven't played before or anything. So during your turn, you can use an action. You can use a bonus action if you have an ability that says you can do that. And when it's not your turn, you can use a reaction. Telio, for example, has a parry that you can do if someone tries to hit him. You get one of them each per turn, and then it resets at the end of your next turn. You can also move. Most of you have got 6 squares of movement. Some of you have got 7. The faster people have got 7. And that's how many squares you can move on your turn. You don't have to move and then do everything else. You can break it up however you want. That's about it, really. That's about as complex as it gets. I'll handle all the fancy dice roll and stuff as fancy as it gets. The other things to keep in mind though, so if you imagine this is me at the circus doing the ringleader thing. Over here you will see that we've got elevated walkways is what we're going to be fighting on, that are about 10 feet wide, so you can fit 2 people abreast on them, or one giant gelatinous cube if that's your thing. Scattered around the arena are chests which may contain nice things, may contain horrible things, might cause terrible things to happen, might cause nice things to happen. The orange bits are 20-foot drops down onto sand, so it's not a nice way to fall down, but it won't kill you. And then there are ladders to get back up. What goes on the sand might get worse as the fight goes on. There might be some Takeshi's Castle style hilarity. There are also 4 switches, and each of those switches does something. I'm not going to tell you what. Again, might be good, might be bad, might release a giant gelatinous cube into the arena. The first thing we've got to do is see who goes first. And if you're not sure what you're doing with D&D, if you just tell me broadly what you'd like to do, I'll kind of talk you through how you do it. We're going to start off by rolling initiative, which is how combat always starts in Dungeons and Dragons, and I'll tell you what order we're going in. So, Telio, played by Daniel. That is the highest possible roll that you could get for initiative. So that's very good. So, Daniel's probably going first.
Did he just roll a 20?
He rolled a natural 20, yes.
Oh,
Which isn't a thing during initiative rolls, but still, that's, you'd probably rather have that later on than just now. Next up down the line is Delilah, who's playing Will, and that is a 8. So probably not great. Clayton is playing Rahila. That is a natural 1.
Oh, God.
Rahila's got pretty fast. She's pretty fast, so that's still a 7. So it's looking like Clayton might be going last.
Did they just fall on my face?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Tied your shoelaces together. And Sam Adams, played by Palmer. That is also a 1. Starting off how we intend to continue, but being less fast than Rahilu, that puts Sam Adams last. So it would go Daniel, and then who was it after that? Will, and then Rahila. I spelled that. Who's Rahila? Rahila, and then it would be Sam last. Okay, guys.
Yeah, sorry, dogs.
I was going to say, if you brought some backup to the fight, Clayton.
You guys want a chaos? So.
Just throw a dog in there.
You brought an animal companion? That's not fair.
I have
Finger.
I have about 300 pounds of dog back here. So.
Okay, in that case, are we broadly ready to get started?
Yeah.
Yep.
In that case, so it's Daniel to start us off as Telio. Now, Daniel, can you see where you are on the screen?
Okay, yeah, I see him.
Little blue square. Telio is... We're not even going to try and give this any context. I was trying to think of what would be a good reason all these characters would be fighting in a big arena, but we're just going to use dream logic, right? You guys just, one day you wake up in this big arena and there's a big bald guy wearing a jungle cape who's making you fight against each other. So Telio starts off, straight ahead of him is a switch. You're not sure what it would do. Immediately to your right, there is a 20-foot drop into a sandy pit, across which you can see a 16-year-old wizard who looks like he would rather be anywhere else. Dead ahead of you, in the longer stretch, you can see this fisher girl with a spear, and across from her you see a cowboy with an honest-to-God gun. Not that Telio would know what a gun is, I suppose, but it's over to you. What would you like to do? And we'll kind of talk through it.
Oh, okay. Well, let's think about this here. I'm trying to think if I should kind of attack or run away.
I'll leave it up to you. I suppose if you're role-playing, Telio is a soldier. I'm sure Palmer could tell that running away is probably not his thing.
Yeah, I'm still kind of Sam Adams frame of mind. Let's see here. Okay, it's probably a little crazy. I don't know, but I'm thinking maybe Sam Adams, because of his magic, might be the most dangerous one here. And I think, the thing to do would be to go after your most dangerous enemy first. So I think I'm going to target Sam. Okay.
Do you want to make a ranged attack against him? You've got 5 javelins on you, or you could start making shit up. We can see what we can do.
I think I'm going to throw a javelin just to kind of gauge his reaction. I wrote him, so I should know how he'd react, but I really don't.
Yeah, throwing a javelin at your own character. I guess we do that. We do that often enough as writers, don't we?
That's true.
Okay, so I will make the roll for you here. So a javelin. That is a less than great first throw. Sam doesn't have a lot of armor or anything, but the javelin sails across, misses him by a fair margin. Probably has his attention though. You could make another attack with your action surge if you'd like. Otherwise, are you still got your movement left?
Okay, I think I'm going to retreat now that I've antagonized him.
We've got a call for parley this early in the match from Jim in the chat.
And Daniel, where would you like to retreat to?
I don't really have anywhere to retreat, do I?
No, you are backed into a corner, yeah.
Oh.
Retreat forward.
What?
Just retreat forward. It's fine.
Okay, I'll retreat
Jump into the
forward.
sand.
Jump into the sand pit.
Yeah. That's cover, right?
Why not?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's jump into the pit.
Okay, I'll have Telio make an acrobatics check. That's better. Telio jumps off the side, what would normally be like a leg breaking, maybe a knee breaking fall for any normal kind of man. Telio tucks into a roll, makes it look like an action hero, comes up absolutely fine. Let's just move him to in there somewhere. So he's 20 feet below everyone else now, but also surrounded by stone walls. The walls at your back, I'm going to say, are metal so that Telio can't just run through the wall and leave the
I was going to say love stone. What do you mean?
I was going to say he'll be tunneling.
Oh, wait, I'm Sam. Yeah, they're metal. Absolutely. absolutely.
So that's Telio's turn over, which takes
Is
us
this me
next.
now?
It's Delilah as Will. Yep, Will is the yellow
Okay.
square.
I need cover. I don't think I could do the same flip into the sand, and that sounds like a bad idea for me. So, can I hit that switch? Like, will the switch change up stuff in the arena? Maybe give me like trees, rocks, barrels, something.
Let's find out. So you want to run forward and press the switch, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So you pull the switch. I am going to, well, let's see, retreat from a gun. That's a good point. Let me roll a die, a D4, four-sided dice to see what it is that we get. Hope for a number 1. That is a 3. You pull the switch, and immediately the things that I'm gonna shade these in like a kind of light yellow.
Oh no! What just happened?
There we go. Let's choose a different one. So those 3 walkways now are rotating constantly over
Oh,
on
God.
ends. You can still use them, but if you use them, there is a non-zero chance that you're going to fall into the sand below.
Oh, that's not good.
I keep forgetting to look at the map.
There we
Okay,
go.
so there's ladders in the corners of the pits there to get out of the pit, right?
Indeed, yes, indeed.
Okay. How big are these chests?
The chests they're like stuck to the walkway, so you couldn't move them or something, but they're about waist high.
How tall is Will? Can I theoretically get cover behind one of those things?
You could crouch down behind it. That's not an issue. Yeah.
Okay. How's my line of sight from behind that chest in H10 over to shoot at Rahili? Do I have a range for that?
Yeah, absolutely. The nice thing about having a gun is I'm pretty sure that just the length
Yes,
of it.
okay.
Don't find any cover or anything. Even if she was, Will can shoot kind of around, not around, but like it disregards cover generally.
Can I hit Sam in the other corner as well?
Yeah, if you want, yeah.
Okay, who's deadly at? Let's see. Rahili has a spear. But I can nullify Sam's magic. I have a null field. Okay. I am going to run behind that chest in H10 and I'm going to shoot at Rahili.
Okay, so we used 1, 2, 3, 4 of your movement. You've only got 2 movement left, I'm sure, so it wouldn't be quite enough to get you to the chest.
Damn it. Okay.
Also, pathway, so if you get onto that, there's a fair chance you're going into the sand. But
it's moving. That's right. I hit the switch. Okay. I'm gonna stay where I am, and I guess I'm just gonna shoot her.
okay, so let's make an attack.
What does the switch do again?
The switch started. See the walkways that were fighting are blue now. They're rotating, so if you go on them, you have to make a check or a save. Otherwise, you fall off them.
So you could turn it on and off with the switch, or just on?
You would have to find out, I suppose. You could try hit the switch again, see what happens.
Oh, it's not a one-time switch. Okay.
Okay, so let's roll for the attack. Will does a critical hit on a 19 as well as a 20.
Oh my god.
That is an 18, you just missed it. But plus his modifiers, that's definitely enough to hit Rahilo. Let's get the damage.
Ouch.
7 plus 3, that's 10 points of damage to Rahilo.
Oh gee.
Pretty sure that's a third of her HP. Everyone has the same HP, by the way. That was just a balancing thing. So Rahilo has, she can obviously use her abilities to kind of see into the future a little bit. So if you really wanted to, you could force Delilah to re-roll that attack.
Yeah, I'm going to use
But you have to take
Fortuna.
the second result.
That's fine. It's a 20. It's a 20. I use Fortuna and see if I can get her to. Yeah.
Let's see. We'll roll it again. That's much nicer, but it's still a hit. So that's a 12, which plus 6 is 18. 18 still hits Rahila's AC. So that's still a hit, but it is less damage, significantly less. That's 5 damage instead.
Still alive.
Still alive. Delilah, is that everything that you'd like to do?
Yep, end of turn for me.
Which means it's Clayton playing as Rahilu. So Rahilu has just been shot. Clayton, what would you like to do?
All right, I'm going to crack my neck a little bit here, and I'm going to use Evocation on Will, because I know Will's got some nasty crap in his past.
Oh god.
Okay, so evocation as an action, you force the target to relive a horrible experience. The target makes a DC 13 wisdom save. I'll tell you what to do for that. So that's targeted against Will. Will has a pretty strong wisdom save, if I remember correctly. Okay, so that is a 10, which is a fail. So Rahilu invokes these horrific. Well, maybe Clayton, maybe you could tell us which memories she wants him to relive.
His wife died from the plague, and so he's reliving having to bury her with his children. over and over and over.
Geez, man, yeah, that'll do it.
Psychic damage.
That is 4 points of psychic damage to Will, and Will has disadvantage on saving throws till the end of the next turn. So that means that instead of rolling 1 dice, you roll 2 dice and take the worst one.
Oh God. Okay.
Okay, and then just for giggles, since I still have movement points, I'm going to run and trip the other switch on my side and see what happens.
3, 4, 5. So that's 5 points of your 7 points of movement. You hit the switch, and let's find out what happens. That is another 3. Since the result is the same as the last one, it stops the walkways from moving.
Oh no. Oh, this is not good.
You're back. Normal walkways. Worth noting that whilst you can turn on and off the walkway rotation, you cannot unrelease the gelatinous cube. So once that happens, that's staying there. Okay, so that's Rahila. Now we are on to Pammer, who's playing Sam. Pammer, if you're getting decision paralysis from the spell list, just let me know.
No, that's okay. There's metal doors flying at me and stuff, but I'm good. Let's see. So I have some aggressive attacks.
Yes.
And in order to go down into the pit, to reach the ladder to go down in the pit to confront Telio, do I need to roll a certain number to get to the ladder?
No. You can just go to the ladder. That's fine.
All right, I'm going to go into the pit.
Okay. So
because he thinks he's a badass, but I'm a teenager and I'm not afraid of anything.
4, 5, 6. Okay, so you get down to the bottom of the pit here. That's your movement done. What would you like to do now?
I want to throw whatever my aggressive attack is at Telio. Do I have options?
So your offensive things would be telekinesis or throw fire, or you could conjure a weapon. But that would be... Oh, you could conjure a weapon, yeah. Or you could instill fear in them.
I'm not going to throw fire because he's armored.
The armor ain't going to do nothing against the fire.
He's got steel. He's got mage steel armor on. I mean, I happen to know this. I don't know because I'm Sam. I have knowledge because I've got telepathy. Let me conjure a weapon.
Okay, what would you like to conjure? I believe Sam can conjure pretty much anything that he wants, and it will last until the end of the fight.
Oh, I want to conjure a warhammer.
Oh, good choice, yeah. Good choice. Okay, so let's see, as a bonus action, you still have your action, so you've conjured a warhammer.
I want to swing the warhammer at Telio's helmeted head.
Cool, so you are too far away to do that right now. You are 1, 2, 3, 4 squares away from him still.
All right, then can I get within... Let me move to be within range of him then.
Okay, so that would then be you spending your... would mean that would be the end of your turn after that?
Yes.
Okay.
And if he wants to attack me with his baby sword when I've got a warhammer, go for it.
16-year-old wizard takes on grizzled combat veteran in a fist fight. I can't wait to see what happens. You still have your reactions though, so that should be okay. And that takes you down to 7 spell points, I'm sure. Okay, so that takes us back to the top of the round, at which point it's technically my turn. So I'm going to see if anything funny or interesting happens randomly.
Steve, if you want to run YouTube polls, you can do that as well and let these guys vote on stuff if you'd like.
Oh, okay. In that case, do you want to ask the audience if we should release the cube or not?
Yeah.
Because I know exactly what they're going to say.
I feel like this is a pro-cube audience.
We're really all here for the cube, let's not lie. So, what I will do is I will roll randomly to see where it appears.
It's 100% so far with 2 votes here.
I think that people have spoken, and the unanimous decision is that we release the cube. So for those who have never played D&D before, a gelatinous cube is exactly what it sounds like. This thing is about 10 foot by 10 foot. But as far as your characters are concerned, there is a loud whistling sound, and then something that sounds like jelly slapping on the floor. And the gelatinous cube appears right in the middle of the arena. And I now have to also randomly decide which direction he wants to go. 1, 2. So the gelatinous cube on his turn is going to move 1, 2, 3 to there.
Oh, God. Oh, but it's not on my side. This is good.
See what the gun does to that, right? See what happens. Okay, perfect. In that case, we are back to the top of the round, and it is Daniel as Telio. So Telio, this 16-year-old wizard has just conjured a warhammer and charged at you. What do you want to do, man?
Well, I feel like, given being, a warrior and everything, It's maybe a little bit more in my wheelhouse, and also I spent the last few turns thinking about it. I kind of realized what I should have done to begin with. So I'm going to pull my sword, thrust it really hard at Sam.
So let's make our first attack. That is 15 plus 5 is 20. That's definitely a hit. And Palmer Sam does have reactions that he can take to reduce the damage that it takes from something if you wanted to. But firstly, let's see how much damage he does. Teleo has like magic swords. So these are proper D&D enchanted swords. So they do a bit more damage. So let's see. That's a D8. Plus 4. That is 11 points of damage.
So I could use my mage armor with my magic shield, which defends up to 16, right?
Yes, but it would have hit you anyway at 16, and that's a bonus action to do on your turn. So your reaction.
Okay.
So shield is one thing that you can do as a reaction.
I will take that because that's my only action, right? I mean, my only reaction may use as a reaction. Okay, gotcha.
Cool. So Sam uses his magical kind of force fields to protect himself, soak up some of the damage like he did in the reading that Daniel done for us, and that halves the damage. D&D always round down, so that's 5 points of damage to Sam.
And so I have how many left? 2? Did I have like mana at 7 or something? I'm not sure how D&D works, but
It'll be at 6 now.
Okay, all right.
I'm keeping track of them for you as well, don't worry.
But I'm not dying, but I didn't die.
You didn't die, you're not dying. Daniel, that was attack number 1. If you want to, because you're Tilio, you could take a second attack as a bonus action, or you could use any of your other things that you've got on your sheet. What do you want to do next?
I'm going to keep it simple, and I'm going to attack again.
Okay. Let's see how we go on. That is a natural 20. That is a critical hit.
Oh, this is bad.
Which means you do maximum damage. So that's 1d8 plus 4. That's 12 damage. And Sam has already used his reaction. So there's nothing that Palmer can do. It's 12 points of damage.
So how do I calculate that?
You lost 5 points on the first attack, 12 on the second, so you've got 13 hit points left. Daniel, is there anything else that Tilio would like to do on his turn?
Is there? I didn't know there was more. I got sort of lost there. Okay.
So you've used your action and your bonus action. Unless you wanted to move, that's it.
I think that's it.
In that case, we move on next to Delilah, who's playing Will. Now, Will is suffering from the effect of fear, which is by Rahilu. So as long as Rahilu is within Will's eye line, like sight line, that it can see her, he'll have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
But you said I could duck behind the chest and crouch behind it. Would that break line of sight?
Basically, think of it this way. If you're trying to attack Rahilu, you have to be looking at her.
Okay, all right.
So as long as you can't see her, it's okay.
I am going to... she's right next to the switch. I don't want that thing to move again. Okay, I am going to run to... Oh, can I get there? How many moves is it to the chest in M8? No, that's too many moves. Like, I can't run that far, can I? I can move 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I am going to run to the nearest chest that I can reach and crouch behind it and open it.
1, 2, 3. Crouch behind it. Okay, you open the chest. Let's find out what happens.
Please be loot. Please be loot.
That is a 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Oh no, that doesn't sound good.
You open the chest, and inside, instead of finding anything nice or lovely, what you find instead are rows upon rows of razor sharp teeth and a massive
It's a mimic.
strange substance that whips out. The mimic immediately attacks you, so I'm going to need to make a dexterity saving throw for you. That's not a success. That's 6 plus 4, 10. So Will is restrained by the mimic, which means that your speed is 0, so you can't move.
Well, you just got slimed by some weird creature in the chest.
Man.
This is very bad.
It's going to start crying on its next turn. So,
Did I lose HP?
not yet, no.
Oh god, she's within range. I'm gonna die.
So if you want, you can use an action to try and free yourself from the mimic, but it is your action.
Okay. So let's see. I have counter spell. I have let them in. I have sharpshooter. I have evasion. Oh, but the evasion just failed, didn't it? Because I failed my dex roll.
Yeah, evasion's for area of effect spells anyway.
Oh, okay. Does the mimic count as a magical creature that I could either nullify or use a counter spell?
Yeah, mimic's a magical creature. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna nullify it.
I would say that is okay. It's not what I've written down, but that's definitely like how Will's null field works. So I'll let you do it.
Yes. Oh, but does my cover disappear? Like, does it go poof? and into the ether, or?
I would say it just becomes like a mundane, normal chest filled with
Yes! Yes! Okay, that's what I'm going to do.
The mimic immediately stops thrashing and just like turns back into a normal chest. You are freed from your restraint. However, you are still afraid of Rahila, who's across who's like 25 feet from you.
Do I have... Oh no, Telio and Sam are down in a pit. I do not have line of sight on them, and because what I want to do, if I can see, is I would like to, because I've been hearing all these thunks happening on the other side, and I'm getting the feeling that there is an enemy building over there. I would like to shoot Telio if I can, like from this range, if I can see him.
You wouldn't have line of sight. Also, you just used your action to nullify the mimic.
Do I have like a bonus action where I could just reach over and smack that switch?
On your turn, it's a free action. But you are going next, so I think that's Will's turn over as well. I think that's everything that Will can do, basically, which means that we are over to Rahilu. Clayton, take it away. Whack the switch.
Okay, yeah, let's hit that switch just for fun.
All right.
Since Will's on that.
That is a 2. Okay. So the ground that Sam and Tilio are standing on, the ground 20 feet below you who are up on the top, the ground starts to rumble and thrash, and beneath it you can see like spikes stabbing up suddenly in random places.
Yes.
So I need both Tilio and Sam will need to do dexterity saving throws for them to see if they manage to dodge the spikes. So Sam doesn't have... he's not got bad dexterity.
He's got levitation. Can he levitate himself?
It could, yeah, but you'd have to start doing it on your next turn. Like on your turn you would do it, it's not a reaction. It does get stabbed by one of the spikes. However, it's 1 point of damage, so Sam takes a single point of damage. It's not, it's only a graze, it's only a flesh wound. And Tilio, who is much better at dodging things and tanking hit, that's a natural 1, which I would say that's probably a spike somewhere unpleasant.
But he's got armor.
I don't think anyone armors their butthole, but okay, so we've got... I don't know, man, maybe. So, however, that is just 1 point of damage as well. Daniel, that's 1 point of damage to Tilio. So not too bad, but those spikes are going to keep happening until someone turns them off or does something.
Look at me.
And Clayton, it's over to you again. Rahila's still got her whole turn ahead of her. That was a free action.
Okay, so I'm going to run forward and try to skewer Will with my spear.
Perfect.
Uh-oh.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, by the way, because you've got a spear, you've got double the range and melee that everyone else has, so you could do it from here. 1 to 2.
Well, he's got a gun, so within yeah. Where it's harder to shoot me. So.
Yeah, if you want to get right up next to them, it'll be much harder for Will to shoot you if you're like there.
Yeah.
Okay, done.
And maybe,
And
if I don't kill him, maybe I push him down onto the sand.
you could just push him instead of attacking him if you wanted to. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It would be a tested check though, but Will's not that strong, especially not compared to Rahilo, who's got pretty good strength.
Let's go with a clubbing action instead of a stabbing. So.
Let's do it. Okay. So that would be 3, but she's proficient, so that's +5. So Rahilo's strength, that's a 21, and then if I roll an athletics check for Will, that is a 6. So Rahila runs up and just playground shoves Will, who goes back 5 feet and falls 20 feet. Let's make it happen.
Oh no! This is bad. This is very bad.
Into spikes.
Yeah, the spikes down there, right? Up there, spikes?
So Will fails his dexterity save to kind of land and tumble onto his feet. So you take a d6 falling damage for every 10 feet. So that's 2d6, which is 6 points of falling damage to Will. And since he's landed there, I'll also now make a dexterity save from him to see if the spikes hit him. He manages to roll and avoid the spikes as they stab up around him. But it has just taken a bad fall. So... Okay, Clayton, is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
No, I think that's probably enough taunting and poking. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, also, Delilah, worth noting that you've landed prone. You need to use half your movement speed to stand up on your next turn.
No. Oh, this is bad.
Yeah. Palmer, it's over to you again. It's Sam's turn.
All right, let me see. So I basically get
One action, one bonus action, and one reaction when it's not your turn.
I want to fly out of the pit with using my levitation and movement. Is that possible?
Absolutely, yeah.
So I can gain my flying speed equal to my normal speed till the end of my turn. Can I get like above, away from the other guys, like on the top?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
So you want to basically just go like kind of like behind where Telio is?
No, the other side, up.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, so I'm out of that pit.
Here's something interesting. Levitation is a concentration spell, which means that you need to concentrate while you're doing it, and if you take damage, you have to see if you can maintain your concentration. When you move out of Telio's range, he can take an opportunity attack as a reaction if he wants to, but he might want to save his reaction for something else. So, Daniel, if you want to interrupt that movement with an opportunity attack, you can, but that's your reaction gone, and you might want to save it.
I don't know. I'm torn. I think I'll save it.
In that case, Sam is up on the walkway. What would you like to do now, Palmer?
Can I get to that chest without throwing the switch?
Not on this turn, I don't think so. I think you've already used, you've got like 2 squares of movement left, so you wouldn't be able to reach it in time.
All right, so basically, the square of mist, if I throw that up, it says it will last until the end of the fight. What does the fight mean?
Oh, just this entire thing. Until the end of the Skype call.
Okay, so I'm going to conjure mist. I'm going to raise my mist shield then.
Oh, no.
Is it?
So you conjure mist.
I can do that, right?
Whereabouts would you like to conjure it? It's 6 by 6 squares. It's quite a large area.
All right, let's see. Then I want it over, like between Rahulo and Will and me.
Okay, so like just right smack bang in the middle, basically.
Sure. So I'm not defending against Telio. I'm defending against the guy with the gun, even though he's in a pit right now. And Rahulo, I'm not sure. Oh, that's pretty big. Okay.
It's huge.
Thank you. All right.
Does this mean we cannot see where that walkway is?
Yes.
Oh, God.
You'll be blinded, basically.
Oh, God.
You can't see through it.
Okay, cool. I'm happy now.
I think you're down to 4 spell points now.
Oh, Palmer, Jim says in the chat that as a reminder, you have healing.
Oh, that's right. I do. Jim, I love you. Let's see. Am I allowed to use healing now?
No, you've used all of your bonus action and action for this turn.
Okay. All right, I'm done.
But
Okay.
I think you can recover some. I'm just looking at your abilities list, and you can use an action to recover mana.
Yeah, you can regain 1 spell point as an action, and if anyone dies, you can use a reaction to like absorb their soul and get power back from that.
Okay. I'm good. I'm done with my turn.
Okay, now it's my turn. So number 1, the cube. Let's find out what way he's going. He is going to the left. 1, 2, 3. Now the cube is very, very slow. But it's basically impossible to get past him otherwise, so it'll be causing some trouble. That's the cube. Now it's the spikes. So Telio and Will, I'll do Will first. Make a save for them. That is is that a failure or not? That's right on the wire. Will's quite okay. Will makes it. He dodges away from the other spikes as they start stabbing up. Then Telio, that's a natural 1. That's a total failure. He's getting it raw, and that is 3 points of damage to Telio.
Okay.
Poor guy.
So that leaves me at 26. Am I doing that right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all of them. Let me roll now to see if any other random nonsense happens. That is a 1, which gives us... No, that doesn't, because the cube has already been released. Right, so that takes us back to Daniel as Telio. Telio, what are you doing?
Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is escape this pit. That's the main priority right now.
So there's a ladder across from you, or Telio is very, very athletic. You could try and scramble up the wall, but it would be much tougher.
I'll take the ladder.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think you've got 1 square of movement left.
You know what? I'm going to flip the switch. Let's just see what happens.
So you flip. Well, I don't know what's going to happen either. Let's find out.
Please be the walkway. Throw Helio off into a pit.
That's 1. Okay, that's one of the nicer things that you can get. This one gives you 10 temporary hit points on top of your normal hit.
What?
So you subtract from the temporary hit points before you subtract from your normal hit points, and they just last until the end of the turns. Until the end of the fight.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a javelin at Will.
Oh, there's a gigantic pillar of mist in the way, so you can't see him.
Oh.
That big grey square is all mist.
That mist you wrote up, Daniel? That.
Yeah.
You done this to yourself, man.
So I miss, or I just can't.
Or you can hit Sam, your buddy.
Okay. Well, I've made, that's kind of been my whole career so far, is throwing things at Sam. So I'll throw a javelin at Sam.
Perfect. Okay. So javelin, that is a miss. Telio not doing great with the javelins. I don't know how low or accurate that is, but the javelin goes wide. You could use your bonus action to try again if you wanted to.
No, I think that's enough of the spear. I think I'm going to take another slash at Sam with the sword.
Okay, you are too far away to use the sword.
That's true. I wasn't sure how,
1 square is like 5 feet, if that helps you visualize it.
Okay, yeah, that helps a little.
I think you have a bonus action that lets you heal. It's a one-use thing.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
In that case, just by virtue of being a tough old bastard, you restore 9 hit points. That's a pretty good roll.
Wait, does that put him back to full health? Because he just got 10 bonus hit points.
So he's got 10 temporary hit points, plus he just healed himself back to full, so he's got 30 hit points plus 10 temporary hit points.
Oh, God.
He's a tank.
He is a tank. Oh, this is very bad.
Daniel, is there anything else you'd like Telio to do?
No, I think I'm good to go.
Question. Did I see where the ladder was before Sam conjured the mist?
Yeah, I'd say you can remember where the ladder is. That's fine. You'll be able to make your way to it.
Okay, I am going to get to that ladder, and since that ladder is next to the chest, I'm also going to open the chest before I step out onto the platform.
Okay, that's a 2. So that one gives you advantage on your next attack.
Ooh.
So
but I have to use it, otherwise I lose it, right? So it has to be this turn.
No, just your next attack.
Okay, so I can hold that over to turns. What is my level of visibility throughout this mist? Because Audrey has made a really good point that I think everyone else truly has to team up to take Telio down because he's just a tank.
The level of visibility in the mist is you are effectively blind.
Oh, okay. And I did not see Telio scramble out of the other hole, so as far as I'm aware, he is still in the hole. Okay.
Admire your dedication to the
All right, so I have initiative, but I'm still... Wait, hang on. Because Rahili shoved me off the walkway, that mimic is no longer under my null field, right? Is it a mimic again?
I would say that once you've nullified it, that's it nullified.
Okay, I did nullify it. I vaguely remember the walk. Okay, do I still have movement points?
You've got 2 movement points left, I'm sure.
2 movement points. Okay.
No, you've got 1 movement point left.
1 movement point. Okay, but I know I'm at the edge of the mist. Can I take a step out of the mist and try to use my... does sharpshooter work on armor? I don't know, but I'm going to take a step out of the mist and try to shoot Telio.
Okay, so Telio's in partial cover from the mist, but because you've got the sharpshooter thing, that doesn't bother you. So let's make an attack roll. Would you like to use your advantage on your next attack roll? Oh, well, you have to.
Absolutely. I want to punch through the armor.
So we roll 2 dice and take the best one, which is good because we've got a 5 and a 13, which means that in total we got 18, which means there's not much Telio can do about it because he's not wearing a shield. And that's weapon damage as a d10. That's 9 plus 3, which is 12 points of damage to Telio. So that blows away all of his temporary hit points and deals 2 damage to his actual hit points, leaving you with 28 hit points.
Which means he's still in the best health of everybody.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's where he started now.
Okay,
Good on that gun. Good job.
Like to use a bonus action or anything, Delilah?
Oh, I have bonus actions. Can I do a let them in? Can I summon a random horror?
That is an action.
Oh, okay, not a bonus action.
I don't think you have any bonus actions because
all right.
It is. He doesn't need any bonus. He can reload as a bonus action, I think, and you've used 2 shots so far.
18 rounds. Well, why not? I will reload since a bonus action doesn't cost me anything, and I may want to unload 10 rounds into somebody at some point, so I will do that. I will reload.
Good luck unloading 10 rounds with a 6-shooter. But, okay, so that's...
I don't know how guns work. I live in Australia.
You're so excited to have one as well. So that's Will's turnover. Now that turns over, Will makes his saving throw and is no longer afraid of Rahilo. Okay, that means it's Clayton. So Rahilo, you're up.
All right. sticking to the chaos bomb theory. Run to the switch and flip it.
Run to the switch and flip it.
The northern switch.
The one next to the cube or the one far away from the cube?
The one far away from the cube.
Wise. Okay, so let's see what the switch does. That is a 4, which gives us... Oh dear, oh dear. So you flick the switch and it's like a flashbang has went off. You are blinded until the end of your next turn.
Oh, just for Helio or all of us? Oh,
No,
just for
just for
Helio. Yes.
Just me.
Just really. You can still act when you're blind. It's just that if you're doing anything that relies on vision, you'll have disadvantage.
I'm gonna just, for the heck of it, see if I can give Will another bad experience.
Let me quickly read the rules that I wrote. Evocation says, as an action, you force a target that you can see, because you can't see shit. I don't think you can.
Would that be disadvantage?
Wait. Can we talk? Can we talk to each other? Does that use an action?
It's a free action. You can talk to each other and say a round in Dungeons and Dragons lasts about 6 seconds. So whatever you can say in 6 seconds, I'll allow it.
Okay, Will is going to yell over to Rahili Truce, let's take down the tank.
Take down the what?
So we're going to take down the tank over in the other corner, which, she can't see him through the mist. Okay, he's going to yell that there is like a walking guy in like plate armor and we need to take him down together.
Sure, as soon as I can see.
I guess you could try and like throw your spear at whoever's talking. But it is your only spear.
No, I'm gonna have to hold a turn because I can't see anything.
Okay, so. Cool. Do you want to hold your action, and if anyone comes within like 10 feet of you, you can try and stab them?
Yeah, let's call it Overwatch.
Yeah, basically the same thing as Overwatch. Perfect. Okay, in that case, that puts us on to Palmer, who's playing Sam.
Okay.
And just making a mess of my spreadsheet, honestly.
Yeah, so I think I need to do some healing.
So it's an action, and it restores 1d8. So I would roll that to find out how much health you get back.
Okay, let's do that.
So that's 1 spell point, and you regain 6 HP.
Okay, all right, so I'm at 18 now.
You are indeed. You still have a bonus action and your movement left.
Is there any shield that protects against gunfire?
Your mage armor or just your reaction shield would both. Yeah, gunfire's like the same as any other type of damage.
All right, what is AC?
That's your armor class. That's how hard. So when someone tries to hit you, they have to roll higher than that number.
Okay, all right. Let me do put on my mage armor.
Perfect, and that puts your AC up to 16, correct?
Yeah.
So that requires concentration. So if someone does manage to hit you, you'll have to find out if you manage to keep your mage armor up. But otherwise, that's all good. That leaves you with 2 spell points and an AC of 16.
Oh, Jim's got another tip for you, Palmer. So in the chat, Jim says you're still levitating, so you could go across the pit. You don't have to use the walkways.
Oh my god.
I think because you're concentrating on mage armor, you have to stop concentrating on levitation. You can only concentrate on one thing at a time.
So I could have done it in the other order. I could have flown first and then put on my mage armor.
You can't have mage armor and levitation on because they're both concentration.
In that case, I want to move down next to the chest on the platform, below Telio.
Do you want us to say that you've done that before you put your mage armor on, so that you can still just levitate across?
Oh, I don't care, because I could get over there, because I could get up to the square above it. If you're diagonal to the chest, can you open it?
Yeah.
So I could walk there as well with my 6, so that's fine. I won't cheat just because I'm ignorant. And then does that automatically open the chest, or that's an action?
It's a free action. You can just open the chest if you want.
All right, I'd like to open the chest, please.
Okay, let's find out what's in the chest. So Sam opens the chest, and similar to what just happened to Rahilu, is immediately blinded by a flash of light.
Oh, please. Okay.
Oh.
And how long does that blinding last?
Yep. So to the end of your next turn.
Okay. Thanks a lot. I don't like those chests. They're supposed to have treasure in them and loot.
We have not opened any treasure chests at all, have we?
Someone got healed by a switch press, and someone gets some 10 HP, yeah.
All right, I guess I'm done with my turn.
Perfect. Okay, thank you, Power. In that case, we're back to the cube, which is going to go 1, 2, 3. Whoops. Oh, bless you, Microsoft Excel, or Google Sheets rather. Okay, so that's them. There's no one on the spikes that I need to check for, so we're straight back to Daniel, who's playing Telio.
I'm going to go after Sam once again because, it's Sam being beaten within an inch of his life is kind of, that's very true to the books. So I'm going to thrust the sword at Sam.
Okay, let's move you right next to him. So attack number 1. That is a 19.
Oh my god, that beats through my mage armor.
25. So
God,
I guess that makes sense given that Telio has like magic swords that defeat normal swords and stuff. So like straight through the armor, and that is where's my
I
D8?
hate Telio.
That's maximum damage as well. So that's 8 plus 3. Is it plus 3 or plus 4? It's plus 4. So that's 12 points of damage to Sam.
Oh God, he's almost dead.
Telio, you are a beast. Where did you come from? I'm down to 6 HP. Poor Sam.
You can use your reaction shield to half that if you'd like, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which puts us down to 1 spell point. Okay,
oh
so
no! Oh my
six
god!
damage. 6 damage.
Well, okay, so then I would have 12 HP left.
Cool. You can regain them, but you have to use your action and stuff. Daniel, what do you want to do? Do you want to go again? Bonus action attack, or it's up to you?
I think I'm going to attack again.
Okay. That is 11 plus 16, and that's bang on the AC for the mage armor, so that's another hit. 16.
But I have protection up to 16.
Yeah, so if your AC is 16 and my result is 16 or higher, that's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Which is 6 plus 4. That's 10 points of damage.
Oh,
Okay, but I can use my shield reaction to half the damage, right?
You've already used it.
Oh,
So you can use it once between turns, basically.
okay, all right. So I'm just taking the damage. I have 6 HP left. And I hate this little obnoxious teenager kid.
Okay, yeah, it must
Oh
be.
wait, I am the obnoxious. Wait, I'm Sam. I'm thinking I'm Telio. Sorry, it's that Arthur tool.
Yeah, I keep getting thrown off as to whether I'm Telio or I'm Sam or
I know. We both got dual personalities. It's a little weird. Okay.
wait. If you've got 1 spell point left, you could do something like conjure or fear or something. Like maybe not throw fire because he's in armor, but
I think it's a little late for fear. He just beat the crap out of me. The only reaction that Steve wrote in for Sam is the shield, which I already used. Right, Steve?
That's correct.
Yeah, so I can't really do anything, right?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's right.
I
Okay.
have a crucifix. What's a crucifix good for? I guess there's no vampire in this game.
Yeah. If anyone was going to.
Wait. Sam's got a healing ring. What does the healing ring do? Is that a free action?
Just part of his inventory. No, there's no there's not really anything useful in anyone's inventory that isn't like a gun. Like for posterity's sake, I guess, in case someone's like, oh wait, I've got this thing on me. Lila, what was up next? What would you like to do?
The blindness is going to wear off this turn, right? We have a problem with Telio, so I'm going to try and make an alliance with Rohili. So I'm going to try and broker a temporary peace, and we are going to try and team up and take Telio down if we can.
Cool.
Do I just yell something? Hey, let's try and take this guy down. When you get your vision back, is her vision back?
Yeah. So you're a null, right?
Yep.
Like magic doesn't happen around you, and he's a
Yeah.
magic guy, right?
I think so. He can like do some stuff. Let's see. What can
so
Telio
make
do?
things stop happening.
His main power is that he's just buff as fuck and knows how to fight. Like, it's not
If I run over and I don't know if I want to get that close though, but I kind of want to hit the switch. If I run over, hit the switch, and activate my how big is my null shield thing?
I would say it'd have to be next to him unless you're countering a spell, but Telio doesn't have any spells, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, I don't know if I want to get that close. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I run over, hit the switch, and then duck back inside the mist to hide?
Wait a second. Aren't the passageways made of stone? The bridges? Well, he can hide in stone.
Yep, yes, he can.
And he's on a.
Don't give Daniel ideas.
So
You gave me an idea.
I like to run
the
over.
stone thing.
Well, Steve is just saying Telio doesn't have magic, and Telio feels offended.
That's very true. He's not used magic yet. How about that? I'm going to do this one thing at a time. This is the last of the switch uses. That's them all used up after this. That is a 1. That gives you 10 temporary hit points.
Yes.
that's that. Would you like to use your action to shoot someone or do something?
Yes, definitely. Kelly is a big threat. Sam is like practically bleeding out, so I'm cool with not touching him for the moment. I think we've got bigger problems. I'm gonna try and hit Telio somewhere critical if I can.
Okay, go for it. So you want to shoot Telio?
Oh wait. Hang on. I still haven't summoned an Eldritch Horror, have I?
No.
Have I used my action?
Oh, crap.
Can I summon an Eldritch Horror, please?
Sure, why not? So you start summoning it this turn. You have to concentrate on it. So that would be the end of your turn. Use your action. And then...
Can I be inside the mist while I'm summoning it, just for cover?
Sure.
Did I have them? Yes.
If you take any damage between now and your next turn, we have to check if you can keep the concentration. If you make it to the start of the next, you'll summon something.
I'm good with that.
Yo, Clayton, it's Rahilo up next. You're blinded until the end of your turn. Or was that not last turn? Was that last turn?
That was last turn, I think.
In that case, you're no longer blinded.
I'm going to run up to roughly there and just kind of act as a distraction because I want to see what happens.
Are you running towards the cube? Is that what you said?
I'm running upwards towards Will's presence.
Okay, so that's 1, 2,
just north of the fog there, so I can be seen.
like there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what's the range of my abilities? Do I have a range?
The range of almost everything is like 12 squares. If you're not sure,
Let's see if I can give Talio a bad day.
you're in
yes.
range as well for Will. But yeah, so you're using something on Telio?
Yeah, let's see if I can do the
Evocation.
evocation.
So Telio needs to make a wisdom save, DC 13. I don't know how he is in the book, but his wisdom in D&D is not particularly high. That is a 2, which means that's a fail, which means Telio is afraid.
He's what?
Afraid. So Telio has to live out horrible experiences that he's had before. He takes... That is 1 point of psychic damage. And I don't know, Palmer, you could tell us what kind of things he sees when Rahila does this to him?
He sees his wife and his daughter dying.
Oh God, there's a lot of familial grief.
He's very distracted at the moment. He's just reliving like life trauma.
He's been through a war as well.
Yeah. Clayton, is there anything else that you'd like to have Rahila do?
No, I think that put a target on my back, so hopefully that gets Will off. that gives Will the ability to get their thing off. So
Hammer, it's Sam next. You were blinded. It was the end of your next turn, so at the end of this turn, you'll no longer be blind.
So I'm blind. I only have 1 spell point, and I only have 6 health points. I still have a mage shield up, right?
Yep, you do indeed.
I can do telekinesis, though. How do I get more spell points?
You can use an action to focus and regain 1, or if a creature dies in the arena, you can use a reaction to gain a spell point from it.
But there's no creatures.
So the players are creatures as well.
Okay, if I go down to 0 spell points, can I still, after that, regain a spell point? Or
yeah.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to use my spell point to do telekinesis against Telio, and I want to throw him into the pit.
Okay, so that'll be a DC 15 saving throw for Telio, and it'll be a strength save, which he's pretty good at. That is a 9, so Telio goes flying into the pit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, let's put him there.
Now you can't see him to shoot him with a gun, though. But I wanted him out of my way since I'm blind.
It's okay. The Eldritch Horror is coming.
Telio does not make a very good landing. It takes 5 points of falling damage onto the ground.
Good move.
And the spikes, it does manage to avoid the spikes.
Can I get all the way below that mist to get out of the range of Will and Rahulu, or I don't have enough squares to do that?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can get to there.
Okay, good. That's where I'm going. Thanks.
Now that that's done, Palmer, you're no longer blind. That's your turn over, and we are back to the top of the line. The cube is going to be going. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. So the cube starts making its way slowly towards Sam, very slowly, and then the spikes. I need to see if Telio does not make it through this one, and that is 4 points of damage to Telio from the spikes. Daniel, it's Telio's turn.
Well, yeah, I'll keep it simple and escape from this pit.
So it's half your movement to stand
down here, and it makes a person look silly standing in a pit.
By the time you get back up to the top of the ladder, I think you'd have 1 point of movement left.
Okay, can I see Will, or is the mist still blocking the way?
Yeah, he's in the mist, so he's kind of obscured. You can't really see him properly.
Okay. But what about Sam? Can I see him?
Yeah.
Okay. So I can't really see Will. Like, I can't see him at all, or can I kind of, like, if I was to throw a javelin?
You can throw a javelin at him, it'll just be with disadvantage, which, like, you've got a decent chance of hitting him anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a javelin at Will.
No.
So javelins are +5. We roll 2 dice. Take the lowest. The lowest is a 9, +5 is 14. And I believe that Will's AC is exactly 14, so that's a hit.
No.
So like, javelin, finally, when he's not aiming at something, Tilio manages to. That is, it's a D6 plus. It is 7 points of damage to. Well,
Ouch. But it comes out of my bonus HP, right? So I'm fine. Yes.
Good stuff. And then anything else, Daniel, that you'd like to do?
No, I think I'm gonna play it safe and just stop for now.
Cool. And let's see. Yep. Okay. So Tilio overcomes his fear at the end of this turn, successfully makes a save and banishes the visions of his dead family that he's been seeing. That takes us to Delilah, who we need to make a concentration check because you took damage. So we need a 10. You add your constitution to it. Makes the way across the floor. 2 seconds.
Come on. Eldritch Horror, please.
Goes off the table, it doesn't count. That is a 14. You maintain.
Yes! Excellent. What have I summoned?
Clayton, could you explain to us briefly what kind of things come out of the Empyrean?
Typically, you take the center out of something, and that opens a hole to the Empyrean. The larger the something, the larger the something that comes out. So, in this case, she would have ripped Telio's soul out and opened a gateway. The thing that came through would have been a ravening beast, probably with about 6 arms, alabaster skin, black eyes, no nose, a mouthful of teeth that just opens like a flip-top head. Just incredibly unpleasant.
I've just went with demon.
Yeah, and Telio would have basically ceased to exist.
Right. So we'll probably go with the non-canonical one where we just...
Yeah. Yeah, because that's how they come into being. So
okay, so Delilah, you have to maintain concentration to keep control of the demon. If you lose concentration, the demon will go. You also
go cause havoc, or like pop back into the other dimension.
Just pop back. You took 8 points of psychic damage summoning that as well because it's really difficult for Will to do this.
Fair enough. I am good with it. Can I still move around while I've got it summoned? Do I have to be in range with how close it is?
You can move. That's fine.
Are all of the chests open now? So there's I've opened the mimic. Okay.
Everything's been pressed. The switches and chests and stuff are all done.
I can still shoot. Can I see out of the mist? Seeing how I'm like on the edge of the mist.
Oh. When you're in the mist, you're blinded.
Damn. Okay. I don't exactly want to step out and give. Oh wait, but I haven't moved at all this turn. Okay. Can I step out, shoot at Telio again, and then step back in behind my demon?
Absolutely. Let's make an attack roll for you. That is 15 plus 6. Yeah, so that's 21, which blows through Telio's armor and gives us D10 plus 3. That is a 10 plus 3 is 13 points of damage to Telio.
How much does Telio have left?
I think that would be 6.
Okay.
Oh, geez.
So Sam also has 6. Okay.
Delilah, is that everything?
Yeah, I think that is everything I want to do. I'm sitting pretty comfortable here.
I knew that magical cowboy was going to be Telio's bane.
Okay, Clayton as Rahilu, what are you up to?
Oh boy, I don't really like the way any of this is laying, but you know what? Telio's almost dead, so let's do another evocation on him and see if we can push him over the edge.
Literally push him over the edge?
Yep.
So you've got just enough movement to get there. I commend you for going into this. I think I'm just going to push Telio over the side. He is a thick boy. He's very strong. So pushing him over might be difficult, but let's see how you get on. So that's a contested check. Telio rolls overall a 13, and if you can roll higher than a 13, well, that is a 17 before I've even added the modifier. So Rahelio manages to push Telio right over the edge. He falls. He doesn't make the landing. And that is 6 points of damage. Did you say you had 6 HP left?
So I'm down to 0. So is that, so that's dead, correct?
Usually in Dungeons and Dragons, you would go on to like death saving throws and we would do 3 in a row to see if you survive and stuff. But given that this is like a PvP situation, Telio falls back in as dramatic a fashion as you would like to picture it. Angelic just splayed on the ground before the spikes begin to chew him up, which means we have our first casualty.
Oh.
R.I.P. Telio. Press F. F in the chat, everyone.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
It's sort of poetic that this young girl is the one to kill him. That's I sort of like that. I like this sort of
the karmic like balance there.
Yeah. The old and the young. Well, Telio is deed officially. We are down to 3 contenders.
Oh, hang on. Jim's got a suggestion for you in the chat, Palmer. So Jim says, Sam, go to the chest, open it, and then run away from the cube. It appears to move up to 3, so you might want to be 5 or 6 away from it and reacquire spell points.
How can I get points from the chest? All the chests have had like gross monsters in them and stuff.
There are no spell points in the chest. So the chests are all done.
Telio died. Doesn't Sam get spell points from that?
Sam could use a reaction to get a spell point back if he wanted to.
Even though he's not near him anymore?
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
So is it my turn? Is it Sam's turn?
No, not yet. Oh, wait, hold on. Clayton just went. Yeah, so it is actually your turn, Palmer, sorry. So let's say before your turn started, you used your reaction to regain 1 point as Telio died, which I think the way that Sam does it, correct me if I'm wrong, Daniel, is I just got it as it was like absorbing energy from spirits and stuff, but would that be like Telio's undead spirit is being channeled?
No, in the books it doesn't have to do with like spirits, like it's like from the supernatural realms, like from the spirit world, not specifically spirit. I don't know.
Like all the crap Clayton's magical cowboy is like bringing into this dimension. That's
the way that kind of brings these creatures in from another
armed alabaster, beady-eyed creature with a patch jaw thing. Yeah, I want energy from that thing.
Cool. So you can use a reaction then to regain 1 point, and then your turn starts.
Right, Daniel? Like that works, right? His creepy weird guys.
I don't know. It's we're kind of wandering away from the book lore, so I'm not quite sure how. I think we better kind of defer to Steve, because
D&D rules will let Sam regain a point from it. Since I wrote down that's what would happen.
All right, so I'm taking a reaction point from Telio's death, and I'm getting another. That gives me another health point or a spell point.
You've got 1 spell point. You could use an action to get another one back, or you could spend that 1 hit point on not hit point. God, no, wasn't it?
So how do I? What other action would get me another spell point?
You can just use an action to regain a spell point. Just recharge.
And then, is there a way instead that I can get more health?
You could spend that 1 spell point you've got on a healing spell.
Okay, let me do that. I need more health in case I get attacked by these weirdos.
So Sam regains 7 hit points and is back to 0 spell points.
All right, so I've got 13 health points and 0. Okay, thanks.
I think that's, unless Sam wants to move.
No, I'm pretty happy where I'm at.
Okay, cool.
Can the cube move 4 things?
No, the cube moves 3.
Okay, good. So he can't like slime me. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, you're out of range. Okay, nobody's on the spikes. The cube is going to move 1, 2, 3. So it's right next to Sam. And then it's our big friendly demon who is out of Will's control, but is going to attack the nearest person to them that isn't Will, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, Rahilu. So the demon, that's a miss. The demon comes at them with its dustbin lid hit, misses completely.
So glad I bring this into reality.
We're definitely not getting the tone right for any of the characters. We get to show them off.
Well, the part about Sam being, beaten severely, that's very true to the books.
Okay, so that takes us then to Delilah, who's playing Will. What would Will be doing?
Oh, okay. So I have lost control of the demon. So I do not need to be. Do I still need to be maintaining control of it, or trying to maintain control of it?
Yes. Otherwise, it just disappears.
Okay. So I cannot do anything else. All right. I'm gonna Let's see, I don't really want it away from Rahila. I'm just going to pretend that, like, I'm really trying not to get her killed with my demon, but hey, it's a demon, so, you know, demons are going to demon. Meanwhile, if I take a step out of the mist, oh no, but Sam's about to, oh, you know what I'm going to do?
Yep.
Sam is next to the gelatinous cube and he is not looking too good. So I reckon I'm going to leave the cube to do the cube thing with him. Raheel is occupied by the demon. I'm going to go stay on the ladder, but I'm going to go take a peek at what goodies Telio has on his corpse. Can I do that?
Yeah, I guess so. Will doesn't have any training with swords or anything. But
does he have anything good? He's got amulets, right? Can I steal his walking through stone amulet?
Yeah, you could just get down there. So we'll pop you like here. Let's make an investigation check. Well, you do a quick search of him, given the 6 seconds that a round lasts, but you fail to find anything.
Damn it. Okay.
Really bad investigation roll.
Can I get back out of the pit, or am I stuck in the pit right now?
You're stuck in the pit for just now.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna try.
You managed to dodge the spikes.
Yes. I'm just gonna hang out here while my foes are preoccupied.
Just chill with Telio. It's fine. In that case, Clayton, you're up next.
Okay. I'm a little annoyed about the whole demon situation, so I'm gonna brain check Will. And gonna evoke him and see if I can't make him lose control of this thing and get it out of my face.
It's a good shout. Let me just see. Evocation, DC 13 Wisdom save. That is a fail. So Will takes 1d10. That's 5 points of psychic damage to Will. Will has disadvantage on saving throws till the end of the next turn. Now we need to make a concentration check, but we're doing it with disadvantage.
Oh no.
That is a failed concentration check. The demon, gone.
No but it's not a one shot, right? I could summon another one theoretically later.
Theoretically.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
So I think Rahela would have to move to like here to see Will, but apart from that, anything else that you want to do on your turn, Clayton?
Yeah, I got all those things, huh? No, that's an action. Never mind. No, I'm good.
In that case, we're on to Palmer. Sam has this wall of clear viscous jelly bearing down upon him. What would you like to do?
Do we lose Palmer?
Oh wait, do we have Palmer? Palmer, are you still here?
Did we accidentally do real life damage?
No, I'm here. I'm sorry, my neighbor just stopped by unexpectedly.
Good luck trying to explain what you're doing.
Sorry about that. So it's my turn.
It's your turn. The cube is bearing down upon you, but it's not there yet. It can only move 3 squares. Everyone else is over in that corner, jumping up and down on Will's head, I think.
Okay. So I think that I'm going to move up into the mist and get away from the cube. I can go to the top corner.
Up in the
there's
mist.
a question from Jim. Can Sam regain a spell point off the demon if it dies? Did it technically die for that purpose, or did it just pop back?
It goes, yeah, it's not dead. It's meant to be like when someone dies that it takes effect, so that there's only 4 of them, or 3 rather. So no, the demon wouldn't count.
So I definitely want to get a spell point this turn, and I want to move away from the cube. Those are my 2 objectives.
Let me see. If you want to go straight up, you're standing next to the ledge. You just can't see it because of the mist. So you'd have to go.
So I would fall in.
But if you took an action to regain a point and then use that point to bonus action cast levitate, you could just go around the cube. Up to you.
Oh yes, Sam can fly.
Yeah, because right now I'm just kind of waiting for those other 2 things to die, and I'll just be the last man standing.
Smart.
So let me take an action to get 1 spell point.
Yep.
So that's 1 action. The second is to levitate, which takes concentration, and I can use my levitation powers to fly. Can I get to the top left orange spot there? Yeah, that's fine. Anywhere.
Like there?
Yeah, cool.
Yep, that's perfect. So Sam's managing to keep out of trouble for now. While he tries to, I guess he's like running low on resources, so undoubtedly something that he finds himself in all the time in the books. In the meantime, it's the cube. We need to give him a name. 1, 2, 3. Cube's moving over here. It's the spikes. So Will, let's do another test. You have disadvantage on saving throws because of Rahelo's mind game. That is, Will just makes it. Doesn't get hit by any of the spikes.
Yes.
And then it's the demon. The demon is gone. Back to Delilah. It's Will's turn.
Oh, okay. Okay. I do not want to be in here with the spikes, and I do not want to be around when all the switches are gone, so I cannot throw the switch again to get the walkway spinning to block the cube, right? So I am going to very sincerely apologize to Rahilu and just be like, sorry, it was a demon, I tried. So she believe me.
And then she'll be
Okay, I'm going to try and apologize. I'm convinced Helio had something on him. I want to search him again.
So it'll be an action to search him, right?
Yep, I'm happy with that.
That is a natural 20. You find all of his amulets,
Yes.
which means that you can travel via magic circles, you can walk through or hide in stone, and if you've got your diamond amulet, you can charm people.
I am going... Oh, wait, I can't use any of those this turn because I've used my action, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to run the hell out of this pit. And... God, Sam's in the mist. Although I can't see him.
Does she have to choose only one amulet? Does she have to choose one? Or does she?
I would
does she?
I would say yes, but given she rolled a natural 20, she can find all of them.
I'm going to run and hide behind the chest, yelling apologies at Rahilu the whole time.
That's 1, 2, 3. Cool. And then that'll be your turn. Then we're over to Clayton.
Huh. It says resonance crystals here. How many of these do I have?
Just the one.
And what happens if it breaks?
All hell breaks loose. So massive crystal detonation, I believe Delilah describes it as.
The bigger the crystal, the bigger the explosion. And Rahilu has an heirloom crystal pendant, which is like super rare. And if you explode it, it'd be a pretty big blast. Also, if she dies, like a crystal would form, so that would... I don't know if that would... No, if she dies, a crystal would form, and technically Sam could loot it off her body and try to use it to power his spells, I guess, if he wants to. If he knows that she would drop a crystal.
Interesting. I believe Will. Hey, Sam, where are you?
Why do you want to know?
I'm gonna chuck my rope net into the fog over there and just see what happens.
I think it's a bit far away. The rope net's got a range of like 15 feet.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'll move forward to the edge here and then try to throw it in. Obviously, I can't see him, so I don't know where he's actually at.
I've moved you as close as you can get. That's just within range. It'll be with disadvantage because you don't know exactly where they are.
Sure.
Sam would have had to drop the mage armor to levitate because you can only do one at a time. So it'll be 13. Beat.
And I'll go fish.
That is, I'm pretty sure that's a miss unless the dexterity is high enough. Okay, no, that does hit. That's 14. So just enough. The rope net definitely hits something. I'm going to say that reduces Sam's speed to 0. So like he's grappled, like he can't get out of the rope net. So he can still do everything else, he just can't move.
Oh, so I can drag him out of the fog.
Technically, if he's levitating, I guess it wouldn't really bother him. Yeah, so he'd have to levitate. Okay, if that's Rahilu's turn done,
yep.
Then it's back to Palmer.
All right, so I'm confused. I can levitate, but I can't move, huh?
Yeah, you can't walk, but you can levitate, if that makes sense.
All right, cool. Yeah, all right. I am going to use one action to get one spell point, and then I'm going to move right next to Rahilu.
Still in the fog?
No, outside of the fog. Well, can I attack her from the fog?
It depends if you need to see.
Outside the fog. And now I'm going to use my Warhammer, and I'm going to smash her skull.
Oh, that's right. I forgot the Warhammer.
Am I allowed to do
Did you use an action to regain a magic point there?
Wait, the Warhammer was conjured, right? So the conjured...
I already it conjured for the rest of the game. I did that at the beginning.
Rest of the fight. So attacking someone with a weapon is an action. You've only got a bonus action.
What do you mean? My spell point is only... Oh, what action did I use? Oh, I used my action to get the spell point.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So I can only use a bonus action, which let's see. What do I have?
Mage armor, levitation, conjure, something.
Oh, I have throw. Bonus action. All right. I did.
Conjuration is a bonus action? That's awesome.
Yeah,
conjure something else.
Well, wait a second. Now, if I put back on the mage armor,
Yep.
How long does this net immobility thing last?
You can take an action at any point to try and free yourself from it, but it's an action to try and free yourself from it.
All I have left is a bonus action if I want to take it.
Yes, and bonus actions tend to not be offensive things like damaging things. They tend to be the utilities.
So I've moved, and I put myself in harm's way because I thought I could use a war hammer, but I can't.
In theory, could Sam not conjure an object like, I don't know, like one of those Looney Tune giant anvil things in the air and just crash onto a healer?
I guess that's for Daniel to answer, but the way that I read it was like everyday items, weapons and stuff like that.
Can I conjure a razor sharp thing around me that would cut through the net, or would that be an extra action to cut through the net?
You know, I would say, yeah, I'd let you do that. Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, because that's, it's utility. So yeah, you summon something sharp and slice your way out of the net, and then that's your turn.
Okay, so now I'm like out of the net, but I'm like just standing next to Rahulu, which isn't that great. But okay, we'll see what happens.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Stick.
It's the cube. 1, 2, 3. Cube's on its way, and then God bless me, so slow. The spikes. No one's affected by the spikes. Demon is gone. It's back to Delilah. It's Will's turn.
So how do these stone walkways operate? Because what I would like to do is disappear into the stone with Telio's amulet and just like get myself away from the cube.
The walkways are solid stone all the way down, so from the other side they would look like walls. There's no bridge or anything like that, so I guess you could just sink straight down into the stone if you wanted to.
Yes, I am going to sink down into the stone, and I'm going to walk under the cube through the stone, and I'm going to make my way on the other side of the mist to where the other two are and just like hang out there for a little while.
Okay, cool. So you go down into the stone. It's your action to do so, and while you're in there, you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
No, other side, under the cube, under the cube.
Yeah, okay, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, I'm going to hang out there. Yeah.
Oh wait, Will's only got 6 movement. Sorry, 2 seconds. So we can get to there. And then, so you're still inside the stone. Will has a Constitution score of 16. So you've got, that's 1 round. After 3 rounds, Will start to suffocate.
Okay, I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
While Will hides in the stone, that's us back to Clayton playing Rahilu.
I'm just going to make a wizard on a stick and poke her with my spear. Poke Sam with a spear.
Okay, so that is 8 plus 6 is 14. That's a hit. And it's a spear, so that's a D. That's an 8. So 8 plus 4. 8 plus 4 is 12 points of damage.
So I still have the mage armor, right? I had that for the whole...
You had to drop that to levitate.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I have a
It's your
shield
shield.
reaction.
So yeah, you could use that to half it to 6 damage.
Okay, let's do that.
That's us back to 0 spell points. Godman, wee Sam is hanging on by his bloody fingernails here.
All right, and I've got 7 health points now left.
Okay, cool. Rahilu, that was your action. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'm going to disengage as a bonus action. Like, get back real fast.
You are a monk, basically, so I'll give you... I didn't put in things like disengage and stuff like that because I didn't think it would come up, but yeah, you could disengage as a bonus action. That's fine.
All right, yeah, just get back real fast.
Like to there, as far away as you can get.
Looks safe-ish.
Cool. Okay, cool. So run straight into the big
The cubes aren't coming fast. Sure, why not?
See, man, I'm being really nice. In normal D&D, the cube is also invisible. So you just walk face first into it. Okay, that is Clayton done. Palmer, you're up. It's Sam's turn.
Can I get 2 spell points in 1 turn?
You can get 1 unless someone dies. You can get 2 then, but yeah, without someone dying, you can only get 1 per turn.
All right, let me get 1 and let me move just 1 square down into the mist to hide.
Okay, cool. Got you. In that case, it's back to cube, which 1, 2, 3. We have our first encounter with the cube.
Wait, but I'm inside the story. Does it know that I'm there?
Yeah, no, you're not up there, but the cube wants to go. If you're not there, the cube will go up north. That's fine. 1, 2, 3. I just really want to eat someone with the cube. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then that's that. Delilah, it's back to you. You're in the stone. Second round.
I'm gonna stick my head out of the stone for air, and I can't see Sam. So, but Rahili can't affect the stone, and she's got a cube bearing down on her. So I'm gonna stick my head and my gun hand out of the stone, so like to minimize how far she can see the shots are coming from. I'm gonna shoot at her. Oh, why am I doing that? She would know it's me. I'm the only one with a gun. Okay, to hell with this. I'm gonna shoot her, and then after I shoot her, I'm going to duck back into the stern.
That is a natural 1, so that is a miss.
Oh, damn it.
Critical failure.
Damn it. Well, I'll just I'll just scooch like west a little bit, just to put distance between us, like maybe 3 or 4 squares.
But there?
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay. In that case, we're back to Clayton. It's Rahilu's turn.
All right. I'm just going to sprint past Sam.
Cool. Palmer, as Rahilu runs by, Sam could use a reaction to stab her with the knife that he's got if you wanted to. You would have advantage on the attack because you're hidden as well. But if you want to save that for your shield reaction, that's up to you.
Okay, would that take a spell point to do that?
No, that's just a natural, holistic, stabby.
Yeah, I definitely want to stick my arm out of the mist and slice her as she goes by.
Okay. That is a hit. That's definitely a hit. That's a 19. And that is D4. So the knife doesn't do a lot of damage because it's only a little knife, but that is 3 plus, what's the knife damage? Okay, so you managed to do 3 points of damage to Rahilu as she runs by. Just a wee sneaky prison shanking as she goes.
Edward's making toast.
So Rahilu, as you run by, you get a wee stabby, but now you're there. What do you want to do?
I'm going to plant myself and set my spear facing Sam's direction. Just or in her general direction. Kind of a general overwatch.
You want to hold your action in case she tries anything, or in case he tries anything?
In case Sam pops out of the fog.
Okay, it's back over to Palmer. What's Sam doing?
Sam's going to get another spell point, so he has 2 now, and he's going to move to the in the mist right under. He's going to move 3 squares over to the left.
Okay, so
he's going to sidle over below Rahulo because he knows she's over there somewhere because she ran by and his blood is still dripping off his knife. So he's just going to hang out there. He's in the mist, and this
is some real 4-dimensional chess we're playing here. As Sam gets close to Rahilu can't see him, so he's effectively blinded, but senses that he's there. Clayton, if you want to use your held attack action now, you can. It will be with disadvantage, but you can do it if you want.
Yeah, I'm just going to take a stab into the dark there.
Yeah, you think Sam's still in the middle. You don't know where.
So if you prepare an action for someone to come within 5 feet of you, you'd still hear Sam moving and stuff, so it's not an attack, but
wait. Wasn't Sam levitating, still holding the concentration and levitating, so there should be no footsteps, right?
That's fair. I'm just going by classic D&D rules as written. I can bend it a little if you want to. I'll leave it up to the players if you want.
That's fair if he's floating.
Okay, cool. In that case, no triggered attack. In that case, is there anything Sam otherwise wants to do with his turn?
He only has a bonus action left, right?
And a reaction if it comes to it.
Well, nothing happened to react to, but in terms of bonus action, I can conjure an item, right?
Yeah, you could do, yeah.
Oh my god, the arena's going to end up all items.
What are Rahilu's weapons? She's not a fighter, right? Huh?
Spear.
All right, I'd like to conjure a shield, a steel shield.
Okay, cool. If you're wielding a shield, your AC goes up by 2. So your AC would be 15. And take 1 spell point off for that, so that's you at 1. Okay, back to the start then. It's the cube.
Wait. Why do I have to take a spell point off to conjure a weapon?
Conjuring's a spell. All of your spells cost 1 point.
All right, I don't want to conjure it.
Okay, no problem.
I need my 2 spell points. So I'm back to 13 AC.
Cool. And 2 points. Okay. Cube has moved. It's back to Delilah.
Okay. I can't see anybody from here, but I'm pretty safe. Wait, hang on. Is the chest in front of me in that square, has that been opened?
All of the chests, it's not that the chests have been opened one by one, it's that there were 4 power-ups. Once they were used, that's that, so that's then all done.
Okay, damn it.
They were all bad surprises, so Steve is kind of...
That was all bad things.
There were no good things.
Okay, how high does this mist go up? Is it just a column of mist?
To the ceiling, yeah.
My movement range is 5, right? Oh, no, 6. I have 6. So if I go, let's see, are underneath the sand pits also stone, or is it a different surface?
No, I would say the whole thing's surrounded by, see that thick black border? That's just the void, right? So you can't pass through that. That would be what's
okay. So I cannot tunnel under the pits to come underneath those guys. Okay. I don't have a gun. I don't have any other. Oh, wait. I have amulets. Yeah, I have amulets. I'm using my stone amulet to be in the stone right now, but I have what's the range on my charm amulet?
I'd say like eye vision range, like vision.
Eye vision.
Yeah, people need to see the diamonds to be charmed.
Yeah, there you go.
The Raheli's facing Sam, yes, at the moment, like facing into the mist, trying to figure out where the hell this knife is coming from.
Yeah, where this levitating guy with a knife is.
Okay. I am going to scooch over to J13 and pop out of the stone, and I am going to try and use the diamond amulet, which is charm, right? I can charm things.
Yeah.
Wait, what does charm actually do in D&D?
Charm is just like a status effect that makes someone friendly towards you so they won't attack you.
Okay, I'm just going to make sure Raheli's just like, my buddy. Just going to have my back through the rest of this fight.
Okay, so you're using the charm crystal on Rahelu?
Yes.
But your will,
Yep.
you're too far away. Raheli can't see you. The mist is in the way, right?
Hold on, let me just pull it up. I'd say you've got line of sight. Yeah, as long as you've got like partial line of sight.
All right.
Should be okay.
Okay. She sees the glint and the glimmer. Okay.
Yeah. Rahelu doesn't have any real defense against that, does she? Apart from, hold on. When you are the target of a spell that affects your mind, you may use your reaction to make the saving throw with advantage. So Clayton will do. Okay, well that's two terrible rolls. So Rahelu still. Rahelu will, until say the end of her next turn, or unless she is attacked by Will, would not attack Will.
Okay.
Keep it simple. Okay, in that case, Delilah, I think that's your turn. Over to Clayton. Over to Clayton next. Then it's Rahelu.
I'm going to take one step back here.
To the left, the left or right.
One step back to the left.
Okay.
And then, being a very paranoid person, I'm just gonna prep for attack.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
Okay, got you. So if you're attacked, you'll attack back. And then it's Palmer.
Okay, now I'm going to try what I wanted to do before, which is I'm moving out of the mist. I have up to the right, not in line of sight of Will with the gun. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, and then. Well, I guess they're still partial. Yeah. And then I'm going to attack Rahelu with my Warhammer. So that'll take one spell point, right?
To attack with your Warhammer is free. You can just do that as an action.
All right. I didn't know that. Okay. That's why I've been saving up all my spell points.
Oh, no, sorry. Okay, so you want to just hit Warhammer?
Yeah.
Okay. That is a natural 1, which means the attack misses.
Since it's free, can I do it as many times as I want?
No, it's an action. So I just meant it doesn't cost any spell points to attack with a Warhammer.
So what does cost spell points?
All of your spells.
You say that like it's so obvious, like spell. Okay. All right. And then I can do bonus actions, right?
Yes.
Which would be, now I'm going to conjure a steel shield.
Okay, which then increases your AC by 2.
Does that stack with mage armor?
I don't have the mage armor because I've been levitating.
Yeah.
But does it stack?
Yes.
If I had the mage armor.
Yeah. So what would it go up to if Palmer got Sam to stack mage armor with the shield? 18.
So how would I? So I can't get the mage armor as a bonus thing though, right?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
But then she won't be levitating, right?
You won't be levitating, but yeah, you can if you want.
I don't think I need to be levitating anymore.
Okay.
Because I already got rid of the net. I already crossed the chasm, right?
Yep.
So so I could do the mage armor for the bonus instead of the conjuring.
Yeah, you would have to pick one of them because they're both bonus actions, and you've only got one bonus action to use.
Which would give me more protection. Would cut the attack in half, right? The mage armor?
No, that shield you're thinking of. Mage armor just makes your AC 16. Your AC with a shield is 15, so you're better off for your AC's sake doing mage armor.
Right.
And you've got your shield spell to half damage with.
And that is a reaction? Okay, all right. So let me use, instead of conjuring the steel shield, I will use my mage armor. And then, so I still have one spell point
You
left.
do indeed. Solid. Next one. We're back to the start. I'm going to, because running around, and I would like people to start dying at a much more rapid rate, I am going to spawn in numerous cubes.
Oh no!
Numerous cubes. There we go.
Oh,
okay. So, not playing hide and seek. Right. Okay. So back to the start. It's Delilah as well. You're up first.
Raheli's my buddy, so I'm gonna run to a place where I have clear line of sight of Sam, maybe like next to that mimic over there. And I'm just going to start unloading my pistol.
Okay, let's do it. Right, so first one off. So it's 16 is the AC. That is oh, damn, hold on. Clayton's character Will gets crits on 19s as well. That is maximum damage, which is 14.
Ooh.
That is 14 damage. Palmer, what's your HP looking like?
What about my AC?
So a 19 definitely beats your 16 AC. It's also a critical hit, so it would hit automatically.
I thought she had 14. Oh, but because it's a crit hit, it moved it to 19?
Not damage, it does 14 damage.
Okay, so yeah, my health is 7. So does that mean I'm dead?
Yeah,
well,
even if you use your shield.
Even if I halved it, I'd still be at 0.
Yeah. So I think that means then that Sam, despite God putting up with some of the most punishment I've ever seen, poor child, man, he's 16. I think Sam's maybe quite grateful for the rest end after all of that. He didn't get turned into a skewer.
I feel like Delio did the most damage to Sam, like just from the beginning. Okay, so that's used up my attack turn, right? I can't shoot again. Can I shoot again?
Nope, that's you.
I'll just wave at Rahelu, I guess, and say like, yay, saved you from a wizard.
Okay, so interestingly then, Rahelu, Will seems like your friend. Like, this doesn't seem like anything. Has just shot a teenager in cold blood, but seems all good, man. Seems fine. What would you like to do?
Could he conjure a anti-spell, like so he's not charmed anymore?
I don't think Rahelu can do that. Rahelu does have advantage on attacks against her mind, but she
could make another. Unless you want to let her make that check again, which canonically would work in the book.
It would be at the end of her turn by usual D&D rules that she would get to make the save again. So gotta go through this turn one way or another.
Take out some cubes or loot Sam. Sam might have stuff on him. She's from the Lodoff. She would totally steal off a dead body.
Yeah, you could do it. So, do you want to make an investigation check for Rahelu to see what she finds on Sam's body? It's up to you, Clayton.
I'll loot Sam.
I'll loot Sam. That is a 16 plus Rahelu's got decent intelligence, so I'd say you find everything that's on Sam, which is a K-bar knife, a healing ring, which gives you... I don't think that's what... Correct me if I'm wrong, Daniel, that's not where a healing spell would come from.
No, that's like just a talisman that's independent of him actually healing himself with magic.
Got you.
I wrote that years ago. I didn't put a whole heck of a lot of thought into it. So,
mate, I'm putting even less thought into it now. Don't worry.
Sam also had his warhammer that he conjured.
Oh yeah, I would say when Sam dies.
Oh God, this is bad.
Yeah, when Sam's dead, the conjuration goes away, so I don't think the Warhammer would survive, sadly. But you got a crucifix, an amulet of warding against curses, a K-bar knife, and a healing ring, which doesn't really do anything in this fight, to be honest.
I'll take the curse ward. Yes.
Yeah, curse ward might be useful.
And I don't need the knife. I got daggers. And a spear. No, I'm...
Walk up to Will with your hand outstretched, be like, good work, man.
Yeah. Well, we can either go out one-on-one or I can take the whole arena out. It's up to you.
Okay. Well, like about, let's see, an hour ago, Jim made a suggestion that we should all team up and try to take out the arena. I am game for that.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. Let me think about this. So the black.
Would that be suicide?
I don't know.
Would that effectively be suicide for everyone would die?
Oh.
I think that would be a effective ending. So it's up to you,
Crystal.
All right. Okay, so this is my logic. So Will can open gates in the Imperium, which is basically like a void dimension, right? Yep. So the arena is surrounded by a void. So like maybe we can try and punch through the void and stuff. So I'm gonna walk up. Okay, Raheli, we need to find a safe place away from all these cubes, which are getting a bit threatening. So we are gonna pick. Can the cubes see through the mist?
The cubes don't see.
Oh, okay. So they're moving by like, I don't know.
They're like jellyfish.
Cube sense, but they know where we are. They can like sense body heat or something.
Yeah, aye. Don't think about it too hard.
Okay. All right. So going into the mist is not going to help us. Can the cubes climb? So if we got them to fall into a pit after us, they can climb.
Yeah,
okay.
They're sticky.
We are gonna. I'm gonna move up next to Rahilu so that we're like next to each other, and I am going to tell her that I'm going to try and punch a gate into the void and get us out of here. No guarantees we won't end up in like a different void dimension, but we're gonna try and get away from these cubes.
Okay, so do you want to start casting your...
Yes, I will start casting.
Okay, concentration. At the end of Rahila's turn, we should have checked her charm. I'll do that again now. That's a pass. So I'd say at the start of Rahila's turn, she kind of gets her wits back about her and realises that this anti-magic cowboy is about to pull some real bullshit. Clayton, it's up to you what you want Rahila to do.
Well, I'm not real fond of the fact that she just made scrambled eggs out of my brains. At the same time, I don't want to die in here with a bunch of living toothpaste, so let's get out of here.
Living toothpaste. Okay, in that case, I will make a single check to see how this goes. It'll either go fine or it'll go terribly for everyone.
Oh God.
I'm going to make a wisdom save for Will. Okay, so we're trying to beat 13 or higher. That's a 2. Okay,
no.
So in an attempt to break out, Will...
You've summoned Satan.
Yeah. Eldritch deep ones from the great beyond immediately swarm through this gap in the void that you've created. Just as all seems lost, Rahila's resonance crystal finally goes off, taking out the monsters from the void, but taking out everyone else with it, which I think means technically Will killed everyone else. So I think we'll call that one a draw.
Oh my God.
Congrats for your characters all wake up back in their normal, wherever they are. I don't know if this is in beds or not, but they wake up back in their normal universes with just a strange memory and a bit of an aversion to jellyfish and other cube-shaped things.
Oh God. Oh my God.
That's what we'll call it.
That was awesome.
Oh, well done. That was so much fun, guys. My goodness.
Yeah, that was a great idea to play each other's characters. So we kind of
awesome.
had two characters in the game. That was good.
Yeah, I feel like
that was a great time.
Special shout out to Delilah, man, for actually putting us all together and pulling us through the technical issues as well. We couldn't have done it. Couldn't have done it any other way.
You did
Oh
it
my
right,
God.
Lila. Thank you.
She really went above.
Thank you guys for being such great sports about this. Hopefully you guys had fun watching. I had so much fun playing. Big thank you to Steve for actually running the thing. Like what it looks like over here, that was just like a massive amount of work to get everything happening. So
And staying up till like midnight or whatever time it is.
Oh yeah, that was mad.
I had no idea what I was doing, and you know, you really I couldn't have done it if you hadn't helped me along the path a little bit there.
It's what I'm here for, man. What I'm here for.
Yep.
All right.
That was amazing work, guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for coming along, guys. That was really fun. I've always wanted that was a bucket list.
I think we did promise a little loot drop for everybody who is watching the stream. Sorry, the words you see on the screen, that is the current password for the loot drop. And the loot drop will stay up until about the 20th of November. So you've got a week from today to go download some free books, like from the link in the chat. Just use the password and it'll let you in, and you can maybe read about some of the characters who are fighting today and see how the canon experience is different to what went down today. But thank you so much, everybody. I had so much fun. We're gonna let everybody go because it is super late, I think, for Steve, maybe well past midnight, and getting on in the day for the folks in the US Anyway, yeah, that's it. Thank you guys. Thanks for going into the stream. Thanks for hanging out
Thank you
with
so
us.
much.
Good luck to
Thank
Clayton
you,
in the
guys.
finals. I am expecting big things. I'm expecting a team before we go blog champion this year. So, fingers crossed for you in the finals. And
Thank you.
yeah, hopefully we'll get a chance to do this again. Guys, on my normal channel, we will be resuming our writing sprints where I will actually be writing now that Savets is over in 15 minutes. So, see you guys there.
Thanks, you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
All
Thanks
right.
again.